Hello everybody, welcome. I'm so excited to be back on my mat doing yoga for you guys. So let's just come into a nice cross-legged seat. Sit up tall. So reach the crown of your head. The back of your head's got a little bump on the back of it. It's called your occipital ridge. Reach that ridge all the way up towards the ceiling. And then relax your shoulders down and back. So you'll hear that cue quite a bit in yoga. And just try to relax. Close your eyes. Let's come into our breath. So exhale all the air out of the body. Sip in a deep inhale. Exhale. So we'll inhale for 3 and exhale for 1. So exhale it out. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Let's continue on your own. Deep inhales and exhales. Let's begin to flutter our eyes open. And reach your arms up towards the sky. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, lift your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale down. Once again, inhale, lift it up. Come into a twist. So bring your right arm behind your back body and move your left arm up and over. So it might be opposite for you guys. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist. Right hand on the left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lift arms back up, and then we'll drop our right arm down to the floor. Reach your left arm up and overhead. And if you want to go further or deeper, you can come all the way down to your forearm. And then reach your fingertips all the way over to the side of the room. See if you can find the length in the arm as you straighten the arm, pulling the length out of the elbow. And roll your shoulder back. Look underneath your bicep, and then inhale all the way up to the sky, up and over to the other side. Drop your left hand down. If you want to go further, come down to your left forearm and reach your right hand all the way over to the left corner of the room. So roll your right shoulder open, look underneath your bicep, and root your right sit bone down into the floor. Breathe. Inhale, raise your arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, drop them down to your knees. Let's find some circles. So they call these Sufi swirls, just really getting your spine moving. So as we come all the way back, you can really hold on to the knees and round your spine, and then puff out the chest, rolling your shoulders back as you come forward, working all different little aspects of our spine. And then let's cat and cow. So exhale, cat posture. Inhale, cow face. Lift through your heart. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow face. Great, let's come into a tabletop position. So we'll connect, swing your legs back behind you. Come to all fours, and let's begin to cat and cow the spine. You can just move intuitively. Feel free to shift forward and back. Okay, so inhale, find the cow face. Exhale, find the cat posture. Bring your chin all the way in. Inhale, cow face. Exhale, cat posture. Sit back onto your heels and then take your fingertips and point your fingers towards the back of the room. So if you need to come up higher, your wrists are really tight, come up higher off your hips. But if you want to go further, drop your hips all the way down towards your heels. So I'm curling my toes under as well. This is called fire toes. You're stretching through your plantar fasciitis and stretching through the feet as well in this position. And we can slowly come on out of it, and let's take our fingers, point them towards each other and come to the back of your hands. If you want to go further, you can make a fist and then straighten your arms. And we can slowly come on out of that. Let's come back onto our heels and just roll the wrists out a couple of times. That could be a little intense, but it's so good for you. It's something we really need to be doing, is taking care of our wrists. And then bring your hands shoulder distance apart, curl your toes under, find your downward facing dog. Pedal your feet left and right and left and right. So that's the first down dog of the day. You can let your head hang heavy, shake it yes and no to release any tension out of the head, neck, and shoulders. Whew. Yeah, so feel all those little crevices. You can even come to the edges of your feet, just kind of playing around here. So we'll take another inhale. Exhale, find the softness. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Slowly walk your feet into your hands, so take your time with that. When you get to the top of the mat, you can bring your hands to your elbows. You can have nice soft bent knees in this position. You don't need to have straight legs in that forward fold. So when the first time you come into it, just be gentle on yourself, be gentle on your hamstrings. They will open up in time. You don't need to force it. So you can bring your hands, sweep the floor. So come up and over to the right side of the mat. Maybe you straighten your left leg, just play around with that. And then let's sweep our hands up and over to the left side of the room. Maybe you straighten your right leg. Slowly come back. Inhale, find the half lift. So bring your hands to your shins. Shift the weight forward so that your hips come over your ankles. Exhale, fold down towards the floor. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms out and up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands in your heart center. Inhale, bring your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, plank position. Engage your hamstrings, your quads, your core. See if you could shift the weight into your fingertips and bring your shoulders in front of your wrists. Come up high in your tippy toes. Exhale, come down and drop your knees, chin and chest, 8-point salute. And bring your chest all the way down to the ground. It's going to be kind of a funny position if you have never done this before. And so they're all the way down towards your belly. It's just an easier way to come down onto your belly if you have a hard time going from high plank to low plank. Let's bring our forearms down onto the floor. Sphinx posture. Squeeze your inner thighs, your inner ankles tight together. Press your palms down into the floor and then pull your chest between your biceps. Lift through your sternum and see if you can float your knees off the ground. So press the tops of the feet down into the floor, float the knees, pull the chest through. Exhale, slowly come on down. Bring your hands to your shoulders, curl your toes under, push up to all fours. Exhale, come into your downward facing dog, curl your toes under. So that's our first sun salutation. Let's do 2 more of those. Come up high on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look between your hands, and you can begin to walk to the top of the mat. You can walk or jump, take your pick. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, find the half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let it melt down towards the floor. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands in the heart center. Again, inhale, bring your arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, plank position. Come high in your plank. So really round your spine in your plank position. Try not to sink in through your shoulder blades, but rather press the floor away from you and separate your shoulder blades. So it's going to be a little bit of a roundness in the upper back. Exhale, drop your knees, chin and chest all the way down towards the floor. 8-point salute. Slither all the way down to your belly. And then bring your hands to your shoulders. This time we'll just do a baby cobra. So squeeze the thighs together, squeeze your ankles. Inhale, sip and deep inhale, and come on up. Exhale. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, see if you could come up 20% higher. And again. Inhale. Exhale, come on up. Slowly come down, curl the toes under, push back into all fours, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands, walk or jump to the top of the mat, forward fold. Pedal the feet maybe a little bit. Inhale, find the half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, bring the arms out and up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center. Last one, inhale, bring your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down towards the floor. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chin and chest, all the way down towards the floor. Slither down to your belly. Baby cobra. Inhale, lift through your heart. Exhale down. One more inhale. Exhale down. Last one, deep inhale. Exhale down. Curl the toes under, push up to all fours, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Look underneath your left bicep and see if you can find your right foot. Go ahead and roll the right ankle a couple of times. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest. Find that nice rounded upper plank and then slowly step your foot between your hands. Drop your left knee down onto the floor. So we'll find our low lunge. Walk your hands up to your knee. So take your left thumb underneath the left hip crease, just below the glutes and on the hamstring, and roll your hip down towards the floor. Press your hands into the knee, lift through your heart as you press your hips forward and down. If you want to go further, let's take your hands into prayer hands, cross just the thumbs, and then reach your arms back. So reach your biceps back by the ears. Maybe gaze up just a little bit. And then we'll slowly come down. Release your hands next to your feet so the hands frame the foot. Shift the weight back over the left knee and flex your right toes up. So inhale, find the length through the spine. Exhale, fold over your front right leg. Squeeze your right heel and your left knee together. Find that engagement. Then breathe. Find the softness, find the length through the breath. We'll slowly lean forward, curl the left toes under, find a runner's lunge. Plant your left hand down, inhale, lift your right hand up towards the sky. So we'll find a twist, bring your left ribs close to the inner right thigh. And slowly drop your hand down to frame the foot. Let's straighten the right leg out and bring your forehead to your knee. Come up high on the left tippy toes. It's a pyramid position, a wide leg pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, wide leg pyramid, forehead to knee. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, bring your forehead to your knee. Last one, find the runner's lunge. Come up high on the left tippy toes. Plant your hands down onto the floor, lift your left foot up. Standing splits, roll your left hip down towards the floor. Whew.
The first one's always a little tight. Just have fun, play with it. You have an option of taking your right hand behind the right calf. And if you want to go further, maybe you take your left hand behind the calf. It just depends on where your balance is for the day. Whew. Yeah, it might take you a couple of times. If you fall, that's okay. Just come back. And if you are able to grab your calf, then bend your elbows. Use your biceps to drag your chest further into your thigh or closer to your thigh. And point your left toe at the same time. Whew. Let's release that. And then exhale, slowly step it back. Let's step it all the way back into your plank position. Let's take our flow. Exhale, drop the knees, chin and chest all the way down towards the floor. Slither all the way down onto your belly. Cobra position. So inhale, find the lift with the cobra. Exhale down. Once again, inhale, lift. Exhale down. Last one, deep inhale. And down. Curl the toes under, push back to all fours, find your downward facing dog. Let's work the other side. Inhale, lift, left leg goes high, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Find some circles with your ankle. Look underneath your right bicep, maybe find your foot. Feel the stretch in the whole left side of the body. And then exhale, bring your thigh into your chest, round the spine, shift the weight forward. And slowly step your foot between your hands. Low lunge, drop your right knee down onto the floor. Walk your hands up to your knee. And you could use your hands to push your heart away from your thigh. Take your right thumb and then press it underneath the right glute and roll the right hip down towards the floor. So you're rolling your hips forward and down. Lift your heart up and back. Let's take our prayer hands, cross just the thumb, reach your arms towards the back of the room. Lift through the sternum, gaze up, pull your biceps back. Find your breath. Find the softness. And when you're ready, slowly release your hands down to frame the foot, shift it back, half split. Shift your weight over your right knee and flex the left foot. Find the length in the spine through your heart. So inhale, lift tall spine. Exhale, fold over your front left leg. Squeeze your left heel and your right knee together. It really makes a difference when you find that engagement. Ooh, you'll feel it a lot on the back of that left leg. My leg is shaking actually. Whew. And then we'll slowly shift it forward. Curl your right toes under. Find the runner's lunge. And then plant your right hand down onto the floor. Inhale, lift your left arm up towards the sky. Maybe even gaze up the back of that left hand. So work on twisting your right ribs all the way over to the left inner thigh. Remember to smile. Remember to have fun. That's the most important part, right? Slowly drop your hands down to the floor. Runner's lunge. Let's straighten the left leg. Come up high on your right tippy toes and draw your forehead to your knee. Wide leg pyramid. Ooh, this is really good for your hamstrings. Inhale, come into your runner's lunge. Exhale, wide leg pyramid. One more. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, wide leg pyramid. And I'm going to draw my foot back just a little bit. My front foot back. You're getting ready for the standing split. So you can walk your hands a little bit, about a foot in front of your foot, and then go ahead, lift your right leg up. Come up high on your fingertips. You can also use blocks in this position if you have blocks, or you could use a book, or I don't know, your water bottle. Get creative. The big thing in your standing splits is to roll the hip down, try to get your pelvis nice and even, point your right toe, engage your quadricep. And if you want to go further, you can take your left hand, wrap it behind the left calf. Now I'm pretty tight because I haven't been doing as much yoga lately. But we'll go ahead, if you want, bring your right hand behind the right calf or behind the calf as well. And then use your elbows, bend your elbows, draw your chest further into your thigh. Find the softness, find the breath. So this is what yoga is like, man. You put yourself in these poses where we're like, ah, and we hold them. But it's so good for us. We're developing control, developing relaxation under stress. Slowly release your leg down towards the floor, finding that runner's lunge, and we can plant our hands, step the foot back. Plank pose. Inhale, plank, shift it forward. Exhale, drop your knees, chin and chest all the way down towards the floor. Whew. We'll come all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, find that baby cobra. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale down. And since we did 3 on all the others, let's do one more. Exhale down. Curl your toes under. Push back, find your downward facing dog. And we'll slowly walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Bring your feet together, toes and heels touch. Bend your knees a lot, your fingertips can touch the floor. And then inhale, lift, find a chair pose. So spiral the pinkies in, that will help you melt the shoulders down. Exhale, draw your fingertips just to graze the floor. You can bring your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, lift, chair pose. Exhale, bring your fingertips to touch the floor. Inhale, lift, chair pose. Last one. Exhale, fingertips to touch. Inhale, lift, chair pose. Let's bring your hands in the heart center. Slowly draw your chest closer to your thigh. And then lift your left foot up. Bring your left heel close to the left glute. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky with one leg. And then extend the left leg to the back of the mat. Whew. And if you fall, just come back. And we'll stand up into a crescent position. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Now in our crescent position, come up high on the back left tippy toes. Spiral the pinkies in. Find the softness. Find the breath. Make sure your knee is over the ankle. So if you need to, you can always toe heel the toe closer to the top of the mat if you need to. And let's take our hands down to the floor. And let's step it back. Let's take a flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chin and chest all the way down to the floor. Slither down onto the belly. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, lift. And down. Curl the toes under. Push back to all fours. Find your downward facing dog. And when you're ready, you can slowly, one step at a time, walk all the way back up to the top of the mat. Bring your feet together. Toes and heels touch. Bend your knees a lot. Fingertips graze the floor. Inhale, lift. Chair pose. So 3 more little baby squats. These are so good for you. I know it kind of burns, but that's okay. Slowly bring your fingertips down. There's only 3 of them. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. You can do it. Exhale, bring your fingertips down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw your fingertips down to the floor. And then inhale, lift. Whew. Bring your hands in the heart center. Shift the weight into that left foot. Okay, bring your right heel into the left glute and extend the right leg to the back of the mat. Find your crescent position. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. So yeah, you can wiggle your toes if you need to. Find your nice distance. Pretty much you want your knee over the ankle in the front, and you want to be able to come up high on the right tippy toes in the back. This just helps you work your foot, your arches of the foot, the ankle. It engages your calf a little bit. Now just find the softness in this position. Relax the shoulders down your back. Take your ribs and hug them in. So try to reduce the back bend. Find the softness in the position. Breathe. And then exhale, release your hands down to the floor. We'll step it back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chin and chest all the way down to the floor.
and come all the way down. Whew. Okay, let's do just one more stretch. We'll curl our toes under, come up to our downward facing dog, and lift your right leg up towards the sky. Bring your right knee to the right wrist, right ankle to the left wrist for a pigeon stretch. So yeah, I'm just gonna stretch our hips and then maybe do some twisting, a forward fold, and we're done. So you guys, we're almost there. Sit up tall, exhale, fold. So just think, you guys, the hard part is over. This is just some stretching towards the end. It's so good for you. And a lot of times we get really tight in our hips, especially if we are sitting all day. So making sure that we take good care of our hips is really important. There's nothing to do in this position but just to relax and melt into it. You do want to think about rolling that left hip down towards the floor. If you need a block or anything like that, you can always use a block underneath that right hip if it's too much for you. But just find your edge. You know, if you need props or anything like that, then use them. Those will help bridge the gap for you until you get more flexible, and eventually you'll get there. And then eventually you won't need some of the props anymore. But it's really nice to be safe so we could ease our way into some of these stretches. And then when you are ready, we can slowly walk our hands up. And let's take our left leg, swing it all the way to the front, left corner of the mat. So we have our right foot into the inner left thigh, bring your hands into a little basket, pivot to the left leg, and then round down, catch the ball of our foot. Now bring our forehead to our knee, and you could bend your knee. Everybody could get your forehead and your knee to touch. You just have to bend the knee, and then once we have that connection, we could work on straightening the leg. And just find the softness. If you want to go further, you can bring your elbows down to the floor. And then we'll slowly release. Whew, I am tight this morning, you guys. And we're going to come into a seated spinal twist. So take your left foot at the top of the right knee. Take your right heel at the left glute. So take your left elbow behind you at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, twist. So use your right elbow, push into the left knee, and gaze over your left shoulder. So inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist. And we'll slowly come into a pigeon on the other side. So you can go back to down dog and come into the pigeon on the other side, or if you want, you can just swing your right leg back. So when I come into the pigeon, I'm bringing my front leg into a 45-degree angle. So if you want to deepen it, you could bring your shin more parallel to the short edge of the mat, but I just have mine at a 45-degree angle. When you're ready, slowly come down. Yeah, and from this side, if you guys see, you can always put a block underneath your hip right here if you need to, if you have really tight hips. I notice the more desk work that I do, the more my hips get tight and the more I need to stretch in order to open them. So you can go all the way down to the floor if you want to. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly come up, lean onto the left hip, swing the right leg all the way up and over to the right corner of the mat. Make a little basket with your hands, pivot to the right leg, bend your knee if you need to, and bring your hands underneath the ball of the foot. So we're teaching our foot how to flex here. Okay, bring your forehead to your knee and then round down. Straighten your leg. And then you can work on bringing your elbows closer to the floor. When you're ready, slowly come on up. Bring your left heel to the right hip and take your Right foot at the top of the left knee. Swing your right arm behind you, and then inhale, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist. Use your left elbow, press into the right knee. So inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist. Gaze over your right shoulder. Use your elbow to push into the knee. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist. And then when you're ready, slowly come out. Bring your feet to touch, knees wide. And bring your feet in front of you a little bit. So it's bound to angle, but we're pushing our feet forward, so it's a little bit more of a diamond position. And then take your elbows underneath your shins. And maybe you stop here. You could use your arms to pull your chest further on down. Maybe you could bring your hands to your feet. And then see if you can bring your forehead to your feet. So slowly drop your forehead down. And then when you're done, slowly come on up. We'll roll all the way down onto our backs. You guys are almost there. Happy baby. Bring your hands to the outside edges of your feet. Bring your thighs to the outside edges of your rib cage. We'll bring our knees together. Give yourselves a big hug. You guys are amazing. Slowly release your feet down to the floor. Lift your hips up and swing them over to the right side of the mat. And then drop your knees off to the left. You can bring your arms out like the letter T. And let's slowly come back to the center. Lift your hips, bring them over to the left side of the mat, and drop your knees to the right. Slowly bring your knees back in. Give yourselves one last final hug, and then slowly release it down to the floor. Reach your arms up overhead, grow tall in your spine. And then exhale, release it down, palm face up, and breathe. Coming into your final Savasana. See if you can just sit here for the full 5 minutes and relax.